you people are fools! Why? Why did you not join the last stream that Kavari did earlier?
Huh? What? What was that? Oh man, my last stream was a huge failure. No one came, no one watched. I feel like YouTube's like losing it. I'm trying my best here to do these episodes, and I have to go do my best while reviewing most of Season 5. Yeah, well, I'm also going to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. From what I see right now, I have no views. The reach view I'm trying to get is just going to leave me with nothing. Perhaps maybe Duel Links will work. Just a second. I gotta go drink my water. Alright, so I talked about the Thanksgiving special. Now I'm gonna go talk about the Heart of a Stuntman. This episode, it's okay. The characters are just setting up for someone's birthday and they need to go do some kind of stunt, motorcycle stunt, and then they meet this guy who is half blind and they need to go perform this stunt. They go through training and then when they're unable to do so, it kind of leads to an odd ending. Let's just say, for the record, Mordecai and High Five Ghost cannot do the final one. I don't understand. They literally give up, but Muscle Man and Rigby are able to do it. And I don't like how Mordecai has cast on like he's injured. Like, he's still able to work the DJ system, but I just wish that he's always the one that would always manage to do something, but he literally gave up. I guess that's what made this episode kind of odd. Now, I know people are going to be asking me about the certain thing I did for my slideshow. The New Year's Kiss and Dodge This. Let me keep in mind that New Year's Kiss and Dodge This had New Year's Kiss, I think scenes from the episode? No, frames. There were frames from this episode, like flashbacks. So basically, New Year's Kiss and Dodge This, they kind of both end up to be like the same episode, only except Dodge This is a sequel. But kind of brought it up because it was starting to run out of space for the slideshow and just compiled it to Dodge This, not able to put New Year's Kiss. But there is some New Year's Kiss frames and scenes in Dodge This too, so it kind of counts here, as well as Yes Dude Yes. But New Year's Kiss? It's okay. I don't think this episode is bad or anything. Yes, it's a good way to start off Season 5's special New Year's Day kind of episodes. I kind of messed up right there. It's just odd. And that's all I can say. This episode is odd. And I don't like the part where Rigby's having this dream and then Mordecai said that he's gonna kiss a girl that he can't kiss or something like that. I do like the ghost of Rigby saying like his New Year's resolution is Year of the Rigby. That I love, but that dream where he has and like you see Mordecai puckering his lips and then he's like making those kissy sounds and I'm like, uh-oh, this isn't gonna end well. Good thing Rigby wakes up before this thing happens. So yeah, the dream was just, ugh. So yeah, they go to the New Year's party, and, I think that person that he was gonna kiss is, like, Medusa. She's got, like, snakes on her head, and, she kind of looks snobby and has an Apple product. I don't like this girl. I mean, she's just kind of odd. Yes, she's snobby. Yeah, she has an Apple product just like Jeremy and Chad, but she's just, I don't know. This episode is just so confusing. Like, Rigby sees Mordecai with some other girl who's actually CJ. I'm like, wait a minute, they brought CJ back? Cloudy Jane? And then, yeah, they can't use the excuse of, because they're wearing masks, they don't know who each other are. You see the face, you see the hair, you know that's Cloudy Jane. So yeah, they do kiss, and then the New Year's party starts, and then after that, they have to go reveal who they are. And then the episode ends with Mordecai and CJ seeing each other, like, in complete shock. And then Rigby's like, wait a minute, does that mean Mordecai kissed somebody he wasn't supposed to kiss? Was she the one? I gotta go back to the bathroom in the mirror. This episode is just odd. And Dodge This is no exception. It's just a literal sequel to what happened to last time. Yes, Mordecai is very skilled when it comes to dodgeball. And he does help his team win at some parts, but he's kind of scared because CJ is on the rival team and he doesn't want to hurt her. Yeah, he does kind of chicken out in the game, like he's unable to hit or something like that. Like Mordecai loses his focus because he sees CJ, and then Rigby does this awesome dodgeball thing, which Benson doubted but actually got him to win. So at least who they're pitted against, not CJ. But Benson says that they've gone too far to lose. They didn't want to lose. So they're confronted by, I think, some kind of person in some other realm. So yeah, they kind of say their doubts and whatever, but Mordecai just says, why don't we just be friends? And then CJ's like, yeah, there are scenes from New Year's Kiss, and yes, dude, yes, with the conflict and stuff, so yeah. Mordecai loses only to let CJ win. I mean, he can't hit a girl. He's not that kind of bird. So yeah, Benson's upset. He's like, no, this was the baller's year. And then Skips is like, there's always next year. And yeah, that's the episode. As much as I like it, it's just an odd episode. It's just like New Year's Kiss. But I bet this episode will be a little bit better. Okay, Goggles, I'll battle you. Let's see what you got. So, portable toilet. Now, the first time watching this, I thought this was going to be, this episode. I mean, the thought of it alone being called portable toilet, I just kind of had my doubts about this episode.
It's supposed to be with toilet humor, but we barely see any of it.
I think missiles hitting toilets kind of counts as humor. Do you think so?
Yes, but you're obviously not seeing the point.
I'm with you all the way, Bacon.
How could you say that?
It's better just to talk about the episode.
Yeah.
It's better to talk about the episode. So yeah, this episode is currently like a bet said by CJ. Would you rather eat a sandwich at a portable toilet or something? So yeah, Mordecai of course says portable toilet. It's how JJ Quitzel delivers this line. Why is it that every time JJ Quitzel delivers lines, they're always dead on and they're so funny? Like, I don't get it. It's just so cool. Like, Mordecai is willing to, like, embarrass himself in front of CJ. Well, not really. He's willing to do it, even though, I don't know, was he okay with doing this? Oh, man. Oh, wait, yeah, he was gonna do it. So, I guess it kind of counts here. But CJ and Eileen are like, oh, nope, you can't do it. We need a witness. So Rigby goes there, and then he's supposed to watch Mordecai eat the sandwich. Mordecai eats it, like, really fast, so no complaint there. It was obvious he was gonna finish eating the sandwich, but they're locked in the portable toilet and they can't get out, mainly because Rigby had to eat his meatballs with his hands and got marinara sauce all over it, so now it's kind of covered in sauce, unable to actually work. No, that's not good. So, yeah, this episode, it just gets, once again, it gets very odd. That's what I gotta say about these episodes. They're odd. These episodes alone. Like, I don't understand why they would do something so random like a portable toilet. And then Muscle Man, like, calls some dude to take it away because he needs that for something to do. King of the Throne, something like that. And the portable toilet that Mordecai and Rigby are in is going to be used for target practice. So Eileen and CJ come to the rescue and they save them from that place. And then Mordecai sees CJ and he thinks that she's pretty cool. Yeah, despite them getting them into that mess, they're okay now. Okay, I guess this works. So yeah, this episode is good, but it's, like I said, it's still odd. And this guy's gonna beat me. There's no way I'm gonna win. Yeah, he beat me. I don't blame it. I should have never battled Goggles. So, the postcard. This is an adorable episode, and oddly enough, it's not about Mordecai and Rigby. It's about, High Five Ghost, and I think her name is Celia? Yeah, Celia. It's just, this episode is just cute. He's just, like, trying to get this girl's attention. Like, it's just really adorable. I think the romance is really likable, and it works. And I don't care about the romance plots and stuff, but it actually works. It's a ghost and a human that are just cute together. It's just really nice. There's not much to say about the episode other than it's just a really cute episode with High Five Ghost. Now, Rigby in the sky with Burrito. Now, I guess this episode is kind of good. Yeah, this episode is really good. Or is it? Let me talk about it. So, yeah, Rigby and Mordecai are having this letters battle sort of thing. I mean, they're like throwing envelopes at each other, and Rigby kind of calls it like samurai. But then Mordecai's like, I thought we were ninjas. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of confusing. Are you both? So yeah, Rigby gets something in the mail saying that he's invited to his high school reunion, and that there are a ton of things that he wanted to do right after he finished high school. So he like gets out this book, which is Wes Anderson High School, and I was kind of wondering, are they going to show pictures of Mordecai in high school? And then, yeah, that's what Rigby absolutely does. He goes to Mordecai's page, and then it's just so hilarious. And, like, Mordecai's, like, all embarrassed about it. And, like, Rigby reads out everything that Mordecai was enrolled in. Art club, dodgeball, jazz band, and Mordecai played the saxophone. And then Mordecai's like, I signed up late, but all the guitar spots were taken. And then Rigby's like, that doesn't explain why you took your senior picture with it. Mordecai with the quintil hair. Genius! Yeah, and Mordecai does make this remark by saying, or this insult by saying, I'm surprised you even got one even though you didn't get your diploma. Look, just because Rigby didn't get his diploma, man, doesn't mean he can't still get a book or something, right? So yeah, Rigby goes to his profile, and I like how Rigby's like on some kind of scooter, and then Mordecai reads out his list of things that he's gonna do. A parting message for all you losers going to college. While you chumps read books and stay in school for the next 4 years, I'm gonna be out having all the fun. Only jerks would choose more school. And so, yeah, we get a flashback of everything that Rigby says to his friends, and Mordecai's, like, literally, like, right there listening. Like, he's not even questioning about it. Like, he's, like, literally there. It's like he's quiet about it. Like, I don't understand. Why is Mordecai being all silent about this? And I just won. So, yeah, I love the flashback. I mean, if you haven't seen the episode, you should go see the flashback. It's, like, really cool. Like, he uses a loudspeaker to talk in the library, and then he gets sent to the principal's office, and he's like, I'll go to our reunion, and I'll show you guys. I'll rub it all in your face. Then you'll see. You'll all see. And then Rigby's mom goes to pick him up, and she's like, you're always making trouble for yourself. Now, Don never gets in trouble while he's in school, because he's the good one. He's, like, the positive role model. He's the perfect one. Rigby just goes to his room and plays video games, even though he got in trouble. Rigby is such a rebel. So, one of the things he did say he was going to do was eat a burrito in the sky. So, they go to Jumping Jim's studio sort of thing, and, when Rigby tries to eat a burrito, because I think he was going to get a lesson, and the guy's like, what are you doing? And then Rigby's like, eating a burrito! And then Jumping Jim's like, no snacks on the fan! Yeah, so they get kicked out. So then they go to this other guy who, drives this, works this airplane, or, like, steers it. He does get a picture of him eating a burrito, but here's the thing. This is a twist. It wasn't Rigby's reunion it was actually Pops' high school reunion. You could tell by all the lollipops over there. Yeah, it's a okay episode. As much as I like the flashbacks, this episode is just, I don't know. It's fine, I guess, but certainly not a good episode. Okay, so Journey to the Bottom of the Crash Pit. Yeah, this episode. Oh my gosh, I don't like this episode. I mean, the whole point is they need to go get rid of the crash pit, like put dirt on it to seal it. It'll never be used again because I think some kind of problem happened, or whether or not it was kind of disinterested in people's tastes. I mean, the whole point is just odd, and then that part where Thomas fights off this guy and takes the hat from him, I kind of saw through him like, wait a minute, so Thomas isn't all nice and everything. He's actually kind of brutal and fights people. This episode is just so boring. You got these blue guys underneath the crash pit, and they're just like, they see the camcorders in there. I think they dropped the camcorder, and then they've been watching the footage of Rigby like trying to jump out of the car. And then he keeps saying it's not funny, but that's not what they think. They think it's funny, and then this whole car crash thing starts, and then the crash pit still gets the crash pit just gets sealed anyways. So basically, there's no point. This is bad. I don't like this. I love the crash pit, and I was really sad because it just disappeared. I've known the crash pit, and I've seen those episodes. Why did they have to... You know what? It's best not to question it. So, sadly, we have to say goodbye to the crash pit, but at least this next episode is a saving grace. Saving time. Which is the Daylight Savings Day special to regular show. I'm gonna go sing it. Anyone who's seen this episode? This is the clock song. We're setting all the clocks wrong. This is the clock song. We're setting all the clocks wrong. This is the clock song. We're setting all the clocks wrong. You get the point. Mordecai and Rigby mess up the clocks by setting it to the wrong time, but daylight savings time has its purpose. And all stuff that usually happens during the afternoon happens in the morning. So that's clearly what the whole episode is about. They're trying to literally save time. It's a good episode. I will say that there's also another show that did a daylight savings time episode. And that was none other than Teen Titans Go. And my gosh, this episode is so much better than that Teen Titans Go episode. I hate it. It's just so confusing, and it literally destroys what makes daylight savings really good. I mean, come on, you get this McDonald being a villain and then using all his cows and his pigs and his farm animals. I mean, come on, seriously? The regular show, they actually talked about saving time, and there's actually conflicts going on and consequences for what happens when time is different. But Teen Titans Go just couldn't get it right. Guitar of Rock. Now, this is what happens when Benson does what Mordecai and Rigby do. He does tell them not to touch anything, but he's the one that touches that guitar or something, which breaks, and then they need to go get a new one. They disguise themselves as rock stars, and, this episode is good. I don't have to say anything more about it, other than this is what happens when Benson does what Mordecai and Rigby do. Go see this episode. Come on now, I'm sure you guys probably have seen this episode when it aired, and let's see what Benson is like when he does what Mordecai and Rigby does, and sees how they would feel if he did something like that.
My turn.
So now we go to Skip's story. Now, let's just say that this episode kind of parodies off Star Wars because, you know, Skips is voiced by Mark Hamill, and I'm pretty sure everyone's aware of this. He's like, long, long ago, in a place far, far away. I'm like, oh yeah, there's always that, Star Wars reference, like, really? Why?
Now's the time.
I'm streaming.
Okay, just checking on you.
Yeah, I'm streaming.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just streaming right now. I'm reviewing regular show episodes.
Oh, you're talking to somebody or just...
I'm just talking about episodes.
Oh, okay.
I'm on, episode 145. Where was I? Yeah, I lost track, Mom! Why?
Let's battle.
You, Mordecai, Chad! I'm sorry, Mom. This is the third time this happened. Mommy, you owe me a ton of solids! As if she hasn't done much for me except watch Unikitty. Ah! So yeah, this episode mainly talks about Skips' origin, and it kind of has like characters that are a little bit different. I mean, I kind of laugh at the Benson kind of person in Skips' time. It's like so hilarious. I don't know, it just makes me laugh every time I see that face. So this kind of explains about how Skips got his name, and also the lady that he met was Mona, and she skipped a lot, so he copied her, and then he's ready to take her to prom, but then now there's this battle going on with Clorgbane. Oh, so Clorgbane came in even before this kind of stuff happened. Clorgbane was the reason. Yes, he's the reason for Mona's death.
Let's do this.
So, yeah, Skips' original name was Wox, because I think that's what his parents named him, even though he skipped a lot because of Mona. Yeah, it's really odd, that's her name. I have a cousin named that. So, after he beats Clorgbane, the Guardians of Eternal Youth, who are in this episode, at least his backstory, tell him that they can grant him one wish and that he wants his name changed. And he decides to change his name to Skips, so that way he'll have a memory of Mona in his heart. So yeah, Mordecai and Rigby are tearing up, and they're really sad about it, and we finally get to know.
Monsters effect activates.
It's just so nice, and it's so heartwarming to see. Oh great, now I gotta special summon a monster? Okay, I will special summon my Blue Eyes White Dragon.
All right. I special summon a monster.
I end my turn.
Now isn't the time to let up.
Nah.
My turn. I draw.
Banner of Courage. Oh, yeah, this will help me. Let me just set this card and then summon my Blue Eyes White Dragon. Another Blue Eyes White Dragon. So, yeah, I'm gonna... Don't worry. I got one boy and I got one girl. Next up, I'm gonna talk about an irregular episode. But which one is it? I guess you'll find out.
Let's battle. Playtime is over. My monster attacks.
Darn it.
This is far from... Let's do this. My monster attacks.
Maybe I shouldn't have attacked that monster. I probably should have sacrificed that other Blue Eyes White Dragon. I'm toast. Wait, no, I'm not toast. There's still some hope. Yeah, summon my Mordecai Faithbird creature. Now let's talk about Return of Mordecai and the Rigby's. Oh my gosh, this episode. I do not like this episode. I mean, I get that the park people are trying to stay cold because there's like a heat going on over at the park. That I can understand. What I can't handle is everyone being so rude to each other. Like, why? Why was this a thing? I mean, it's not... I think you could say it's the heat that got them to act this way. Well, Benson acts like a jerk first, and then Mordecai. And I think, even though everybody was actually being a jerk. I mean, kind of saying that Benson was being kind of rude because he was coaching everything, and, well, I'm not with Skips right there because he said that I think what he was playing was like Rusty. Hey, I'm Skips. So, yeah, they're kind of making a debate whether or not they want to kick Benson out of the band. So, yeah, Benson overhears this, and man, he's like really upset. So, yeah, he quits the band, and then, Mordecai's also in the heat, like, he's also being all jerky and everything. And the worst part is, he sings a really mean song. Okay, so it starts off with the British guy saying, "You can't tell me what to do." And then it goes, "It used to be a time when you had all the power. But at times you know that you are just a jerk. Mordecai, and I don't want to look at your face." Mordecai, what? Listen to yourself. This is not a good song. Oh, yeah? Then how come this isn't a song that's going to take us to the top? Ah, get off of me! And this is Mordecai who does this. Mordecai, people. Mordecai. He also quits the band. So, yeah, as if all hope is lost, they try to get the band back together with saying that there's going to be pizza. So, yeah, they try to do their song, Keeping It Cool, while trying to reference one of those real-life songs. I bet you might know which song it is. It's probably, it's that one that plays in the commercials. They get this car, and then you got the kids doing the instrumental with their mouths.
My turn is complete.
Yeah, Keeping It Cool is a pretty good song, but that's not actually what happens. They actually pass out from heat stroke, and they got last place, and they're at the hospital. At least they're air conditioned, so that's a good thing. This episode was just terrible, okay? I did not like this episode. It's character derailment, it doesn't make sense, and... Did I just summon Paladin the White Dragon? And now, oh my gosh, this feels like Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie! And I'm auto-dueling too! Okay, this is odd. As if I hadn't suffered enough with this. I do not like this episode. Bad Portrait is awful. I mean, yeah, I think they wrecked the portrait of Benson, and now Mordecai has to paint a new one. Considering he has horrible art skills, he's unable to do so, so he has to watch this VHS tape about this guy, and then there's like this little hedgehog, Penelope, voiced by Roger Craig Smith. Yes, he voices a hedgehog, people. Hedgehog! You get it? Because he voices a hedgehog, he voices Sonic, and he voices Penelope, which is a girl's name. So yeah, Mordecai makes these weird bootleg versions of Benson, and then I don't think he's able to, like, do it. He does make a Benson portrait, but it's not, I guess it's okay? But not enough to save itself on the irregular rating. I think you guys figured out that this episode deserves the irregular rating because it's just so bad, it's terrible. But at least Video 101 saves it, the season. So yeah, Eileen has to make this music video for her class, and then she gets CJ, Mordecai, and Rigby to help out, though Rigby and Mordecai's style of doing music videos is not really good. I mean, I kind of tell by the atmosphere it's kind of saying something, but... Wait, I got a bonus duel on the way? I couldn't read that. I do like that one thing Rigby says in the music video, "Genuine zebra head!" Like, that is so random. Like, why do they have to put that there? So, yeah. So, Eileen decides to do it her way. And then they make an actually good music video. Like, it's really good. But even though it got her, like, a B+, it's still good in my book. The regular show book, that is. I Like You High. This is what happens, people, when you pull a Mordecai. Yeah, it's something when you're texting, you're not able, don't know what you're doing with your hands, and you kind of accidentally make a typo. He was supposed to say, "I like Yuri," but then he puts "I like you high" as a text to CJ. I mean, I can see where this episode works. They kind of joking around saying that this is kind of like a real thing, and then you got Muscle Man and Skips imitating the Pola Mordecai. I mean, well, wait. If I text something I didn't mean and I don't know what to do with my hands, does that mean I'm pulling a Menchie? I guess that maybe works. So yeah, he's unable to, like, deal with it, and then we get a debut with the keepers of the voicemail from Butt Dial. Like, yeah, it's still phone related, so they do have a point in this episode. So this episode, it's okay. I don't think it's... I mean, it's good that they brought in some characters, but I Like You High just doesn't sound kind of engaging. I'm sorry. It just feels like a bland, generic episode, but it's okay, meaning that it's not that bad. It does have some things I like, and just... I mean, come on. Seriously. Playdate. Where this is the episode where CJ and Mordecai babysit Def's son Thomas. I guess mainly because I consider this to be kind of cool. Yeah. This one is also okay. I mean, it's a mixed romance episode because you got the guy with the girl, and then they're like babysitting his child, Def's child. So I will admit right here that scene where CJ and Mordecai are sharing an ice cream is really adorable, but it just kind of goes kind of R-y when it goes to these monsters chasing after them, and then they're almost about to sacrifice Thomas to those beasts or whatever. Like, it just gets kind of confusing, and I think that this is where they kiss. Yeah, I think they kiss in this episode. Ew. So, yeah, it's an Ahsoka episode. I just don't think it's a good episode. Expert or liar? Irregular. This episode is just so annoying and mean-spirited. I mean, this guy randomly walks up to Rigby and just says some random question, and then Rigby kind of gets the question wrong, and then that guy's like, "You are a liar!" This episode had gotten so many memes, even when it comes to SpongeBob standards, where it's like at the Salty Spittoon, and then there's this guy saying how tough are you, and then that guy's like saying some stuff, and that guy's like, "You are a liar." Burt Coleman is annoying. I'm sorry, I just don't like this guy. I mean, Rigby's trying to find the imposter of who he really is, but the episode is just ugh. I mean, I think this is probably foreshadowing Benson's kind of backstory where he kind of gets a question right, banana, but it's actually bandana, so he kind of got like ripped off or something. I think this was Expert or Liar. I don't know if it is, but either way, that heartwarming thing was not enough to save it from being an irregular episode. And if you think that's the only bad episode of this season, no, it's not. At least Catching the Wave is a little bit better, where Pops has to learn how to surf and get back to his roots. Yeah, this episode is better. I mean, yeah, I like this episode, but I just think it's cute. It's nice, it's heartwarming, and it's kind of cute. I think when it comes to Pops episodes, it kind of changes the mood for something you can actually enjoy. Like, it's just so heartwarming, it's so likable, it's so lovable because Pops is such a good character. And it kind of shows for itself why he's actually one of the best characters on regular show. Watch the episode and you'll see. It's really good. You should watch it. Now, Gold Watch. I was very skeptical with this episode. Yeah, Benson has to, like, fly this jet and stuff. Like, it's just, and, like, it's just confusing. Like, I mean, I could tell that he's the gold watch and stuff, like, it just kind of escaped me. Like, I wasn't able to understand. It was, like, kind of doing its own thing. It's an irregular episode. I'm sorry. I can't forgive Benson for choking Mordecai because he thinks he did something wrong. Don't assume you think Mordecai did something like this. Yeah, this is what kind of makes it to be irregular for Benson choking Mordecai for no reason because he thinks he did something wrong. But these random guys who are like, I think some Navy people, say, "Oh no, you gotta go do something."
Perfect. I activate a face down. My trap activates.
This is far from over.
Darn it. Yeah, so this is a bad episode. I hate to say it. It's just not for me. I didn't really enjoy it. Watching it like a couple times, like I'm kind of confused. What was the point of this episode again? I'm like, ugh,
My turn.
it's not for me. I'm sorry. Fine. I sacrificed my 2 monsters to bring forth my ultimate creature. Give me a second, guys. Before I get to paint job, I'm gonna go tribute summon my monster.
I'm counting on you.
I sacrificed my Hunter Dragon and XYZ cannon to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon! Attack her face down, monster!
Time is over. I attack with a monster.
I may have destroyed a face down monster, but I just wanted to do that.
Is done.
Now, this episode, I think Plankton Screams alone can say how bad paint job of regular show is. Plankton! Scream as loud as you can! Or SpongeBob and Patrick.
Here I go. My turn.
Yeah, this episode is so bad that it even makes SpongeBob, Patrick, and Plankton scream. I mean, what is the deal? Rigby and Mordecai are just like throwing these pizza pouches at the house, and then Benson's like upset. He has every right to be upset. Like, why? What is their problem? What is their deal? What is the point in all of this? And then you got Rigby saying, "Oh, bros helping bros," and then Mordecai's like, "Really? Time for a bro break." He does literally the same thing like in that Terror Tales of the Park episode. He hires some guy, and then chaos happens. It's just a ripoff in a ripoff. This is bad. I do not like this episode. I don't get why. Why do they have to keep doing this? And this isn't the last irregular episode. Take the Cake is good. I like Take the Cake. This episode is good. I mean, they're trying to make a cake for Mr. Maylard. You got Mordecai, Rigby, CJ, and Eileen to, like, prepare it and stuff. Like, it's just really adorable. I will say that there's this, part in the episode where there's this, random women saying, line cutters are gonna get crossed. I don't know. It's, like, really random. We get an antagonist in the beginning of the episode, and she's never seen again. Like, what happened to her? And why is there a cake on a lawn? Like, why is that? I don't know. It's just really odd. Skip's in the saddle. Yeah, he wants to find another woman in his life, but, having to have Rigby pretend to be a dummy, I don't know. I felt like I was gonna give this episode a so-okay, but just this episode alone actually deserves a good. I'm sorry. Both Take the Cake and Skits in the Saddle are good episodes. Thomas fights back. He, like, let's see. I think that the East Pines Park is up to no good, and now he has to go, investigate what's going on. Like, this is way before season 6, so I guess he had some point in this episode. I'm just gonna auto-duel so I can talk more about it. At least Thomas has a role in this episode. He's not in the background like most episodes. Unlike in Paint Job and pretty much Catching the Wave or whatever episode he's in seasons 4 and 5. It's better to talk about how awesome his role is. Now, Bachelor Party Zingo. Actually, Thomas Fights Back is a so-okay episode. I just find it odd because we don't really see Mordecai and Rigby in there. It's more like an I guess it's fine. Now, Bachelor Party Zingo. Quips returns. And, I guess there's, like, this party going on. Like, I didn't understand it. So, yeah, it's a so-okay episode. Once again, Mordecai and Rigby are, like, kind of there, but they kind of do something to progress the plot, but it's I just think it's an okay episode. You guys may think differently, but I have my ways. Now, Tent Trouble. I'm with you, Taya. This episode also deserves to be screened about how boring and how awful this thing is. Tent Trouble, it kind of starts off pretty good. I mean, I thought it was kind of cute when CJ kissed Mordecai's cheek. face cheek. And it's just really adorable. And I thought this episode was gonna be like, okay, so they have trouble with the tent. Did they have trouble setting it up? No! Mordecai accidentally destroys it by running it over with the cart. And they need to go get a new cart. No, they need to get a new tent. It's too expensive. Then they have to go, I don't know, to this mud wrestling tournament to beat Starla and her mom, undefeated champions. Like, this is, like, so random and so messed up. Like, this feels like torture. And then you got, like, the park workers watching. They don't feel really concerned except, well, Muscleman, because he's kind of worried because his girlfriend is an undefeated champion. I'm not doing you again, Goggles. And also, how is mud affecting Mordecai? He's a bird. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't Pokemon. I thought to birds, ground doesn't affect them. So how is the mud doing that to him? I don't understand. I don't get it. I guess it's mainly because this is a different universe, or whether or not it does hurt him, but it's just the injuries caused by wrestling moves. I don't know. It's just really odd. So yeah, they do win the tournament. They don't lose because they're able to withstand everything despite them being in so much pain. And then the episode ends with CJ and Eileen asking them what happened to you guys. And then Mordecai's like, we have trouble with the tent. At least they got a new tent. But this episode was just blah. Seriously. This episode was probably the worst of the worst in season 5. The worst Mordecai and Rigby torture episode. Yes, this is a Mordecai and Rigby torture episode. I call it the Mordecai and Rigby torture boo-boo episode. The episode that abuses them for no reason, and mainly because they wanted to try to win this tournament to get money, except it gets them in so much pain, but I guess it's worth it. Oh, that is so not fair! You start off with monsters higher than me? This is why I don't like battling Goggles here.
It's time to
I'm auto-dueling. Okay. So, the last episode is Real Date. And I love Real Date. It's a really good episode. And it's the one that finishes the season. I mean, it's really cute. I mean, I do like the bond with CJ and Mordecai and that they're trying to surprise each other. I think CJ is trying to get him this chocolate waffle cake because Mordecai likes chocolate and waffles. I guess that works. So, I guess it mainly is the fact that that the bird would consume something like this. Then you got this weird guy who shows Mordecai profile pictures of CJ and he doesn't like that. So, they do meet up at the pier where they are given presents and stuff. Or I don't think she gives Mordecai his present, but they're just there. I don't know, it's just odd. Then, that guy comes in there and wants to split the relationship with the separator machine, the love separator machine, and just when he's about to shoot CJ, he shoots Mordecai instead. And I'm like, oh no! Are you okay, Mordecai? And it looks like he was dead, so I didn't mean that willingly, Yami! I'm never battling Vagabond again. Never! So yeah, CJ's upset, then she turns into a thundercloud saying, leave us alone, and then she literally kills the guy with her lightning. Then, I'm like literally tearing up because I thought Mordecai was really dead. I mean, he's not breathing, he's like, his eyes are closed, all injured and everything. Like Pikachu in the first episode when he got attacked by Sparrow! So yeah, CJ's tears of love must have revived Mordecai. Oh great, the tears. I feel like this looks like Pokemon. It looks like Mordecai's dead, but then the tears revive him. It's like Pokemon with the tears of light. Seriously? At least is what makes this episode good. So Mordecai does say, I would be dead if it weren't for this gift. And he gives CJ a charm bracelet. Actually, it was supposed to be a necklace, but it seems to mash into things that CJ loves into some kind of charm bracelet. And then CJ's like, I love it. And then they end the episode with a kiss, but also Eileen gives Rigby the chocolate waffle thing. I thought that was for Mordecai. Oh well. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to end the season. Okay, season 5 is done, and judging from the the ratings I've given some episodes, there were some good episodes. There were also some so-okay episodes and some irregular episodes. I mean, you could say some irregular episodes, like Journey to the Bottom of the Crash Pit and Return of Mordecai and the Rigby's, are irregular because of mean-spiritedness and the fact that something is going to be taken away and not seen again for the rest of the show is kind of close to so-okay. But when you got episodes like Wall Buddy, Ever Meet Burritos, Expert or Liar, Gold Watch, or Tent Trumbull, they are like what makes the season bad. But is the season bad? Well, like Pie Guy Roos said about SpongeBob Season 4 being a miss season, I'm gonna have to give Season 5 a so-okay season. Yeah, it's definitely not something regular show fans would want to hear, but at least it's something, right? So, join me next time as I dive into the atrocious Season 6, and I've got an opener that might scar you, or maybe scare you into watching the whole reviews. Yeah, it's gonna happen.